Papino. Zeke Black is in the building. It's early morning. I just got off the phone with Disco, man. He was telling me a little something about the situation with him and Rell. It's more personal. We're gonna wait till Disco actually speaks about it, but it's personal. It's personal because it's real, and and I got to salute Disco on this, man. That he's being mindful of Rell's family. Now, him and Rell going back and forth, it's a go. What's Papino? It's a go. It's all solid go, right? But he has a lot of respect for Rell's siblings and loved ones because he knows them. You know what I'm saying? And they have a crazy beef issue. Actually, Rell. Shout out to 050ChynaBrim. Have a chat. You know what I'm saying? But definitely, you know what I'm saying, top of the morning. Chef for breakfast. Me and Disco speaking for like the last 45 minutes, man. And I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Sometimes it's hard to meet individuals on real time. Now the videos I posted yesterday was, the old video with TV and in the situation where Rell. It's an old video, and it's sad because. Disco's beef with Rell is different. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of behind the scenes thing, and Rell's just in his feelings right now. All I have to say, he's being very emotional. He's too emotionally attached to their issue. Peace and blessings to everybody. Good morning. And it's what I respect is that Disco's not being dirty. He's not being dirty about it. You know what I'm saying? And that's real. Now, whatever they go through is what they go through. But it has to be. But there's a lot of innocent people that like one thing I respect that Disco said to me was, I know his kids. I gotta be mindful of his kids as certain things I might say about him. And that's real. And I think that's real. Because a lot of times people look for content, they'll say the worst thing you can say about somebody, attack. And he said, I gotta be mindful. Now anything I say about Rell, boom, it's a go. Because Rell's sort of is bugging out right now. He's in his emotions. And he's feeling himself a little something because the verses sort of, put a bag in their pocket, be getting booked for shows, individuals. Remember who the brother is now, like, that's Rell, you know what I'm saying? Rell with the Dipset, even though he's not running around with them no more. And it's very educated and enlightening. A lot's been going on, man. There's been a lot going on, right? We can honestly say it's been a lot going on for the past couple of weeks, right? We can honestly, we all can admit that. It's a long... got I was in Clubhouse yesterday and I was listening to Deep Freeze. For those that don't know what Deep Freeze is, he's from East Harlem, Mr. Sub-Zero. He was explaining, when I was in there, he was explaining how he started Sub-Zero, and he was explaining jail stories of Baltimore and how it gets a little crazy in those spots, like, DC cats and Baltimore and the BGF or BCF or whatever they call that crew down south, because he was catching cases back in the days in Baltimore. I knew one of the individuals that sort of told on him. You know what I'm saying? Allegedly told on him. These are my projects. I was with wifey out to dinner, so I really didn't get the chance to speak. Like I told you, nowadays I'm learning to be a good listener and just hear the information, because a lot of y'all met D-Freeze differently, so I gotta allow y'all to ask y'all questions, because my questions are more old school questions. You know what I'm saying? Remember 84, 86, definitely. Miss Playful's in the building. Good morning. So my questions are more directed to old school shit, like D-Freeze, EA, East Army, certain situations, you know what I'm saying? My phone, who really wrote it? Was it you and Big Head Nelson? What was it like? What was it like hearing your music being played at that time on one of the hottest hip hop radio stations in America on a Saturday night with Red Alert? You know what I'm saying? It was dope, man. It was definitely a dope time, man. And You know what I'm saying? And it was definitely a dope time. It's a lot going on out here. Definitely it's a lot. It's, the streets is crazy. You know, the game will never end. We know the game will never end. You know, it's a disco ball of fall. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Definitely on our hall. You already know it. You know, so shout out to East Harlem, man. You know how we do it, man. We just got to put it together. Garment game. It's the garment season. It's the garment game. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the low lives. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a booster, but don't push me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a booster. Definitely shout out to, you know, my man, my favorite Puerto Rican. The Puerto Rican, 100th Street, East Harlem, First Ave and all that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we in the building, man. Top of the top. Now, I see some things flying across online, and I see a situation that they're talking about Casanova. And I guess they're Bendido. And I guess they're talking about he's getting charged. Yo, Ed was popping. You know what I'm saying? He's talking about he might, I guess it's charge of attempt murder somewhere. I didn't get into the specifics. I didn't get into the mathematics. And that's what I'm talking about, gangs and conspiracies. What do y'all expect happens when you have an organization and you're committing a lot of crimes? Do y'all not expect the feds or some type of law enforcement to break up this party? I mean, I just want to know, because I know when I first hustled on the block, our first thing was we wasn't really seeing Fed charges. You didn't want to go to the state because the feds wasn't as aggressive as they are now. Like, it took a lot for the feds to snatch a block. Even KC from Purple Tops did not catch a Fed case. That was the state case. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the, you know, not Purple Top, but Purple City. You know what I'm saying? Not the rappers, but the block. You know what I'm saying? So, we was more concerned about TNT. You know what I'm saying? We wasn't concerned about the FBI. We always felt the FBI was watching people like the mafia. That's, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're not watching us. They're watching the mob. But nowadays, over the years, the feds have been snatching a lot of individuals. I'm talking about as in New York now in the South, the feds might have been snatching a lot of Haitians, a lot of Zoes, or how we know. You know what I'm saying? But in New York, that really wasn't happening. You know what I'm saying? Somebody called a Fed charge, it had been like Boy George. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like, yo, it was big. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us was more concerned about TNT. But what came with that was we always knew that eventually if we couldn't do certain things. We watched other crews go down. We knew that homicides was not good for the block. We just knew that. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Ed, shout out to Washington Projects. And I think, and I truly believe that a lot of times we get distracted by not wanting to believe the truth. You know what I'm saying? Now, they're saying that he's looking at an attempt murder, right? A federal attempt murder. Now, the messed up part about these federal cases is deals with a lot of wiretaps and a lot of information, as we all know, right? You know, the feds, it's a dirty game with them because they don't play fair, the FBI. The FBI don't play fair. It's not a fair game with them. And when they think they got you, they got you. Yeah, shout out to Queens, man. Shout out to Queens, man. Shout out to no Southern Fox, my man Chopper, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to my man Black and all of them, you know what I'm saying? 118 Southern Boulevard. My name, you know, Josh, Southern Side, you know what I'm saying? So, so what it boils down to, right, is we as the people, we gotta understand that when you're in the life of crime, and you're in the game for a long time, and there's some type of violence, you're most likely to go down. Now, hold on a second. Now, the part that's messed up is they're saying Casanova 2 times is looking at an attempt murder charge. Is it surprising? I mean, it's messed up. But we have to understand the things that we're putting ourselves into at this point in our life. At some point in our life, right, we have to realize and go, okay, this is my take on Casanova. Some people need to hold on to things that's gonna work for them, like photo props, right? Like the Rainbow Sensation did with 9 Trey was all a photo prop, right? Then I remember in the 90s when Snoop Dogg, remember big Snoop Dogg, the Big Crip, when he came out, it worked, right? NWA with Jerry Curls, all black on black, it worked. You know what I'm saying? So Casanova allegedly still being involved with the Gorilla Stones, was that to his benefit? Not at all. But it was to his benefit because it gave him, at that point in time in the streets, it's, you know, definitely Atlantic Coast, not just New York, but all across the Atlantic Coast, it worked for him. That New York vibe. It was good enough to get him to get Ho's attention, to get Rock Nation attention. They felt the vibe. They was feeling this vibe. They put him on the tour. I remember he was on tour with Chris Brown. He actually had a song with Chris Brown. But I remember when he went on tour with Chris Brown. He did a couple of cities. You know what I'm saying? So he was on the come up. But what happens is, at some point, the gang that you're a part of, you don't have to be an active gang member. Like Snoop, right? Snoop was on death row, the Crip, sea walking. You know, what's his name? What's his name? Mac 10. You know what I'm saying? Mac 10. You know what I'm saying? Yep. Warehouse Records. You know what I'm saying? But Warehouses do Rock Nation. You know what I'm saying? All that's through like Rock Nation, Warehouse, whatever we call Warehouse Records. All that's through Rock. All that's through Rock Nation. You know what I'm saying? And you know that's good. He said that Warehouse Records. So we get it right. He signed a Warehouse, and Warehouse has a situation with Rock Nation. That's good one. That's definitely dope. The guard. You know what I'm saying? So the information is correct. He's definitely correct. He signed a Bleak. Now, this is how the past sort of gets fumbled. Because now Snoop, he's the Big Crip. Remember when I was younger, he was the Big Crip. He's selling 5 million records. He sold like 4 or 5 million records. That's just on his own. But remember, he dropped with Dre first. The first time I heard Snoop was Deep Cover on the soundtrack. You know what I'm saying? You hear me? From the movie Deep Cover. You know what I'm saying? I was on Rikers Island. We was on Rikers Island listening to that, watching The Box. We was watching a video music box. So he had this weird show called The Box. That people always, I guess, used to call in and you pay and they play a video. You play Deep Cover, or you seen was Deep Cover, and you also seen, that's when MC Hammer was like #1, but you can't touch this. He was packing arenas. Just give you a glimpse of the ever, you know what I'm saying? Exactly. To my big Snoop Dogg. Now Snoop, even though he got caught with some situations, he wasn't really being the Big Crip as it happened to him. He wasn't active in Long Beach. As active as Cass, you know, you in the city, you still running around. And you know, when I had the homies in the video, I remember he had the track, the diss track, remember 6ix9ine and him and the Rainbow Sensation going back and forth. Remember that? The diss track, and it was a good look, but then you still can't be active. You can't. You just gotta find a way where can I see in New York being an active blood is like saying you drop your flag. That's my interpretation. You may look at it differently. But when you're inactive, that means you're really not active. Where compared to Snoop Dogg, who's, even though he may not be an active Crip, but he's Crip because he was born in it. You know what I'm saying? You hear me? Well, now it's different in New York. Well, so to not be an active blood means you're really not a part of this. So now you still gotta be, you have to be in tune with somebody. And after a while, the people that you're in tune with, that you can't control their actions, is putting you in weird scenarios. Your name getting caught in weird scenarios. Even if you didn't do it, you're on the phone lines. You're on phone lines. You're making 3 ways. Okay, I may not deal with him, but I'm dealing with him. So now, you don't control the actions of the person who really has the power. Was good, and Young Forever was good, was Popino. You're not in control of the person who has the power. Again, you're not in control of the situation. You may be a bag, you might be commissary, you might be to send my baby mom's 2,000-3,000, but you're not in control of the actions of the man who might be in control. So now, nigga might say, yo, go drop off for 2,000 to them on a tap phone. I'm just saying, yo, go call him, boom. Yo, call your man and boom. Yo, son, such and such is a plate. Yo, he playing games with this, that, and the third. And you wind up putting yourself in mixes that you shouldn't be in. But again, there's no such thing as being an active gang member. In some people's heads, they gotta be active. Because if I'm inactive, I can't get the homies to do this, and I won't be get the homies to get that, and I can't be this guy in the club tossing it up and being what's popping. Because when you're inactive, you know, you gotta go to the side. But being inactive gives you longevity. You got Mac 10. Mac 10, do you think he's an active gang member? Do you think Mac 10 is running around in the cars while there's riding the Mexicans down the block or those fools around the corner? Do you really believe that Snoop Dogg? I remember and Snoop got caught up. Yo, why is this Popino? I'm on this big Snoop Dogg guy. He had some rap group called the East Siders. Those are some, I guess, older Crips. They had a record deal. They sold some records that he caught. I think he caught a beef with them. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes them OGs still be outside. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. When you're not in control of a situation, you can't control them. That's used to, yo, do that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And that's what it boils down to. I mean, when you're in a situation to get a bag, right? When you're in a situation to get a bag. Now, this is what I mean about the conspiracies, right? My man Sugar Hill Tone, he came home from doing 20, right? Yep, exactly. Mr. Warbucks knew what I'm talking about. Snoop started playing with that money. He caught a situation with them. Yep, y'all remember that? Remember the East Siders is popping. I'm sorry for changing this to go and reversing back a little bit, but the East Siders was popping. Then he caught a beef with them because he was playing with that bread. And I think one of them caught like a dime, like 5 years or a dime over that situation. Because I think it was like a shootout, something crazy, allegedly. My son home now, but those are older Crips. Those are OG, they older than Snoop, you know what I'm saying? I remember the East Siders, that's ones, you know, Snoop was trying to do his little record label thing, you know what I'm saying? Then my man Tone did close to 20 years, if not 20 years in the prison, came home, and what happened? He's doing the right thing. He had the PR Sasson, he had the reggaeton artist, and allegedly he caught a brand new Fed charge with some fentanyl and all this other craziness. He was at the tables, taking, he was at Jay-Z's birthday party, hanging out with Jigger, because, before all the hip-hop, these were the scenes, Rucker Park, 4th and Broadway, 4th and Broadway. Anyway, Broadway was less lit. From 135th Street, all the way uptown was lit. Definitely B-Way Slay. You know what I'm saying? He back in the pound. Free Sugar Hill Tone. Not using that as an example. I'm just saying that we come home and technology's changed, people change, the police has changed. Because you don't know who you dealing with. This is real talk. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the same Zeke Black that was 10 years ago, so I might come home and Zeke still getting to the bag, but to 10 years you've been gone, there's 4 homicides that my name done popped up in. So now by the time you get to me, there's wiretaps, because now, fuck it, we're going to take them down, the crew down. Well, he told me to do that, he get into the bag, but bang. So now, as me and you communicate, and remember, you out the loop. Yo, here, take that. Yo, move that around. Yo, son, go sound like my man. You on a wiretap. Now you got to fight for your life because you're caught up in my situation. And that's the moral of the story. When you have a chance to get out, stay out. That's the question. Why Casanova didn't stay out the game? We're going to take some callers this morning. I want somebody, we got to talk about it. Why? The question is not that he got the attempt murder charge. That's the Fed. You got a Fed case. You got to think about that as you doing Harlem Shakes in the federal penitentiary. The thing is, why? I need to know why. You got a record deal. You can rap about anything in the world. You ain't gotta rap about New York street shit. You can rap about anything in the world. You can rap about East New York, you can rap about Flatbush, you can be as entertaining as you want. You tried to outdo 6ix9ine, and look where you trying to outdo 6ix9ine with the I'm more realer than him, I'm more relevant than him, got your ass in the feds. Cause now you're actually being an active gang member allegedly. So what the fuck is real about that? Somebody guys come in here and tell me what's real about that. Y'all niggas gotta start following that. You trying to be more active and more real than 6ix9ine, right? Remember? He the fake blood, he the bozo. I was up north shooting, cutting, I put in pain for this shit. That you put yourself in a situation to catch a Fed charge. So you gotta look at yourself and go, when you sit in that courtroom and go, damn son, why am I here for? Why the fuck am I sitting in this penitentiary for? Because I want to show niggas I was a real white blood. Me? I'm like, fuck you niggas. Not saying fuck you niggas, your homie, I gotta fall back. The bag is in place, I gotta change everything. Because I don't control this game. So you're still business as usual. Anything you call me to do, I don't know if it's tap lines, you walk me, or the person you got me meeting might be already cooperating. It's a real conversation, man. The question is why? To show us that she was willing in the rainbow sensation? I'm in tune. Exactly, why? Why is it, seriously speaking? Why? But the whole question is why? You're in a great space. You're in a great space, Cass. You're in a great space, man. I don't know nobody ever explain this to you. Everybody want to laugh and joke and take pictures like it's still cool. I get it. We get it, Tim Jones. We get it, man. Oh, we get it. Yo, I'm still out here. We outside. I don't see nobody in traffic. But you're really not doing that because the feds ain't fucking with y'all. But how about them idiots that's following y'all, that's doing their, yeah, I can still be wavy, I can still be in the mode, you know what I'm saying? They're not as keen to the game. Because y'all niggas really ain't active. Because if y'all was, y'all be with the rest of them niggas running my MDC. You niggas ain't slick. You know what I'm saying? This ain't no shots, this is real talk, man. So before you ride around and in your car, yo, I'm gonna tell people where these niggas is at. You ain't trying to catch nobody in traffic. Let's cut that out. You ain't trying to catch nobody in traffic. Who you trying to catch in traffic? Who the fuck you trying to bump heads with in traffic? Because if you don't smoke a nigga, they gonna tell on you. So it's gonna cost you $150,000 to go, well, I'm still a real nigga though. That's the message I got for the youth. I'm still a real nigga. That's where New York is feeling at. We're putting over being cold, solid over anything else. Fuck integrity, principles, morals, even common sense. Deputy Sheriff Marco Rodriguez. I make him a moderator, you heard? We need to know this. Because y'all niggas glorifying because y'all niggas think, oh, I'm not really in the mix. But how about the nigga like Casanova who's trying to get on and wants to be in the mix? What happens with him, bro? Sean Stone's in the building. Shout out to 183rd, you heard? What happens? He's not as keen as y'all niggas because y'all niggas ain't active. Y'all niggas really ain't active. So now when y'all niggas really ain't active, we got this nigga who thinks, I gotta show niggas I'm the real white blood. I'm real white. That's the question. Why put yourself there? Because we gonna have some, I need to talk about this shit. You see Cobra Commander that came out today. Shout out to Browns. Cobra Commander. Why you tried to prove to us that shit really is 6ix9ine? To what? To get directly what you wanted, a Fed charge, or lose everything you got? What you think? Now you sit there looking at going, damn, I got temp mode, I got these conspiracies, they talking months and years, I got this point scale shit. Fuck if you're gonna tell it not. Even if you tell, you're gonna still do 20. One thing about the feds is a dirty fucking game when it comes to those bodies. When it comes to those shootings, you're gonna have to do the Sammy the Bull. I'm on my Cobra Commander. Flint shit right now, G.I. Joe. Go, Joe. Go, Joe. He was way in too deep for what? to prove that you was real, right? Now you're sitting in the same place 6ix9ine was sitting at. The difference between you and 6ix9ine was that nigga said, I'm not doing a day for these niggas. Why? You can show love from a distance. That's my man told me. I told my man one day, right? My man, I said, yo, son, why you don't set your man? He go, I do. I just don't do it personally. I show them from a distance. If it's people love them, they send them the money. They don't. Ain't my fault, but I refuse to go on the phone with a nigga in the feds. You bugging. You know what I'm saying? Nigga won't be emailing me, nigga. I'm in the streets. And that's the same thing that stupid nigga that people with, that guy who's people with Jay-Z, the Davion, the Deleon nigga. Oh man, why you don't answer my phone calls? Because my nigga, I'm in this hip hop shit. You know, there's a lot of shit going on in this hip hop shit. We still got credit card scammers. You got a couple of good gang members. You even got a couple of niggas who don't want to leave the streets alone. That's in position here. Fuck my answer your phone calls to the feds. What the fuck we gonna talk about? What we was doing 8 summers ago? I'm just rapping about this shit. I'm not trying to, yeah, son, remember that movie made the VA and all that shit? What's wrong with you? Y'all niggas ain't watched Belly. Y'all watched Belly and didn't take the scene seriously. Y'all didn't take the scene seriously. When the nigga said, don't call me from the feds. Yeah, why not? That's how you're being unloyal. Yeah. Behaving. So now you mad at Jigga and you want to expose all you can expose about a nigga who just didn't want to be in contact with you because you was in the feds. Because you a rapper. What are you scared about? I don't want to catch a fucking conspiracy. You know how many niggas call you talking reckless? You can't trust niggas nowadays. I'm in the feds. I call you. Yo, son, remember that time when I had the 3 ounces and you stashed it in the car? I know some niggas. Jungle Junkies. Oh, shout out to Jungle Junkies. Young boy, they had him on a wiretap from the feds telling his man to get a gun from a basement. He got like 20. He was already in the feds. So he was in the feds for some other shit. And he called his mans and telling them niggas, yo, move this gun to here. That nigga only got another 20 years. Plus got like 2-3 good niggas caught up in that phone call. What's wrong with you? That's why niggas don't be, because niggas don't be militant. You think these niggas is militant because they talk all this militant principles, morals, integrity, army, service, Peter, Pan, Jamaican, they do all this weird shit. Yo, do me a favor. Tell that such and such when I get on 2 bricks. Come on, those is tap lines. Those is tap lines. Yeah, cat. Shout free cat. So now, again, is where experience comes at, right? 6ix9ine is the inexperienced, but you're supposed to be an experienced criminal. My whole thing is I don't want no police interactions. I gotta stick and move. So who's much realer? Is it the soft nigga in the street that we call soft that get money? Or is it the person that want to be loud that sends himself to jail? What kind of criminals are these? Seriously. Dawn, what type of criminals are them? Can somebody please tell me this? Because I need to know. I work every day. Why would I be calling drug dealers for? To have conversations with niggas that's in the street. Yo, son, what? I'm not in the street. So God forbid me and this person has. You know what I'm saying? So you're on the phone with somebody, that's one of the beefs. I heard one of the issues was he felt like Jay was shitting on him while he was in jail, not answering phone calls, ducking and dodging. That was one of the little issues with the nigga. But you're telling me how to be a real criminal because I gotta be a real nigga and how to move. Yo, son, you gotta be smart about this. What's so smart about calling somebody who's allegedly the leader of a gang that you have no power over, that you can't say to chill, that just get to the bag? That's still moving his daily operation. That's like doing business with John Gotti. You know what I'm saying? You hear me? You're just an associate, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? He's not going to stop doing his daily dealings in his business. So now you're getting caught up in other actions that's leading to your actions. What, to be called the real blood? Nah, I was real right, though. But I was real right. I was in tune. To be in tune? No disrespect, salute the Dick Wolf. All these allegations don't free him. You know what I'm saying? But this is the hard line. Why? I expect these rookie mistakes to be done by people like 6ix9ine because he's a rookie to this. He's a rookie. I don't give a fuck if your stays up the sidewalk for 2 days. Two days. You know what? And I like what Free Flock said. But you know, I'm gonna tell you why niggas don't fuck with niggas. Because certain niggas don't know how to be quiet, my nigga. And that's why niggas go, I'll just wait till you come home and I'll bless you. Because you got niggas that's in jail talking to niggas. Definitely the feds, everybody telling, motherfucker might befriend somebody that's listening. And now, word, that's Jay-Z, man. Yo, the nigga sending money through my mom. And niggas, because you know, we just can't say, we can't keep our mouth shut. We gotta always put exaggerations. You know what I'm saying? We getting money out there. He sending me $2,000-3,000 a month. You know what I'm saying? When I get home, we good. These are the conversations motherfuckers that have. You gotta understand. You gotta understand the criminal element. Niggas got big mouths, my man. Dudes got big mouths. It's the God honest truth. They do. Because everybody still wants to be the man in jail. So they talk about flying helicopters and I can get Mike Tyson on the line and yo son. And then when dudes make phone calls, it's always making moves. I'm making moves out there. You know what I'm saying? I'm making moves out there. You gotta know who you're dealing with. And sometimes I gotta make you mad. You know what I'm saying? There it is. See? That's what a nigga tell you on the phone. Remember that shit? See? You gave me that half a thing of sugar? That half an ounce of sugar and a gram of that shit, you shook the bag? Now I want to kill you, but you my nigga, son. Yeah, son. They don't care about the 27 grizzlies of sugar. They care about that one grizzly. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how that, you know what I'm saying? And that's how the dirty game goes. No, but in the game that Jay-Z's in, he's going to deal with the feds. Not because of, I got to put my number in the line. I got to put my number in the line. You're right. That's some fucked up shit. Yo, that's the phone calls I get too. See, when I catch you on top of crazy decks. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, man. Shout out to my man Unique, man. He out there somewhere. Mecca Audio in the building. He's somewhere. He's outside. He's outside, man. Definitely salute to my man Okum. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, man, be the 27 sugar and the one grizzly, and they be on the line. They get me for the gram. For 1 gram, I do like 30 years. That's why I don't answer niggas calls from the feds. I get nervous. Oh, what? Who? How you got my number? Throw this shit in the water. Because niggas don't know how to shut up. Dudes don't know how to be quiet. They always got exactly. This is what we do. We gotta talk crazy. Salute. I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Definitely follow the low lives. I'm not a booster, but don't push me. I'm not a booster, but don't shoot. See, these are things that you. One thing I knew about OG Juan is OG Juan was good with the sports. He was always connected with Rucker Park. He was the Dominicans, believe it or not, was always the ones that was getting money. That's more Americanized. They was into Americanized things like flag football leagues and rough touch and Rucker Park. So a lot of dudes went to the same clubs. They ate at the same restaurants. So a lot of friendships was built. I can't put that on my hand that was his plug, but I'm pretty sure that they got cool doing the Rucker Park days or this. Because, Jay-Z met a lot of people through Biggs. You know what I'm saying? Biggs had a great relationship with a lot of people in position in Harlem. You know what I'm saying? Biggs. Burke, he had you know what I'm saying? He had, you know what I'm saying? A lot of great connections. So when he came with the idea of Rockefeller Records between Dane, Burks, and Jigga, it's a great idea because we can get investors. Because Big's name was solid when it came to other dudes. Yo, son, I need the whole 20,000 for some studio time. Yo, I need 10,000 for this. Yo, yo, son, tell Kick and Pre, but for the, you know what I'm saying? Yo, get this bag, drop that bag to son. They went hard to get Jay-Z that record deal. It went hard. Remember, the first time I heard Jigga, my nigga, was the song he did with Foxy Brown that was on the soundtrack that was big in the clubs. Shout out to my man DJ Chris Cole, the infamous Chief Walker. He's from Amsterdam Projects, but he's living in Albany. He's one of the big DJs in Albany in the 90s. Let me shout out to DJ Toast, shout out to DJ Biz, shout out to DJ Jose Melendez. Those are the DJs. That was a big song in the club. After that, I'm on my way to the Freak. I go to jail, do some jumping jacks and Willett. I heard they're shutting down. Oh yeah, shout out to my man Richie Twin. I spoke to him on the phone the other day. He's doing great. They got to be able to move him around because of a situation that's going on with the prisons, but he's doing great. He's in good spirits. Shout out to Richie Twin, East Harlem, Washington Project. He sends his love to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Let's get some callers in. We need to talk about this. Why the fuck is, you know what I'm saying? So now y'all understanding, because now I can be clear with y'all. So now I'm giving you a clear understanding that why Jay-Z will be doing business with OG Wan, because, you know, he met him most likely probably do messing with Biggs and hanging out and hearing there's people talking about business. You know, what's up, Save on the Earth? The business days. And everything came to fruition. Yeah, Dame was a big businessman, but also OG Wan was a businessman. Yeah, Dame was great at what he did. Rockaway, you know, the magazine he was trying to do, and, you know, Rockefeller, and we taking this over here. But OG Wan had other ideas. Restaurants, right? Sports management. Not too many minority agents out there. One of the first rappers I knew that had sports management, I believe, was Master P. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it went too well. He had the wrong people on his side. But, you know, OG Wan being on the scene, you know, OG Wan being around Jimmy's Cafe. Because Jimmy Cafe just wasn't a spot in the Bronx that went on Fordham. It was a spot where executives would hang out. At one point in time, the Major League Baseball. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. You know what I'm saying? When Major League Baseball banned players from going to Jimmy's Cafe. Or was the Yankees. Either or. So now you're meeting executives and they're breaking shit down. You got minority executives because with Major League Baseball, there's a lot of Dominican scouts, Puerto Rican scouts, because Major League Baseball, they like to drive out the country. So now you got these guys that put you on the business and it works. The 40-40 Club is just a higher fashion of Jimmy's Cafe downtown. You know what I'm saying? Yep. They said the executives can hang out down there. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And that's just some real shit. You know what I'm saying? Hell yeah. You know what I'm saying? It becomes deep, man. Because at some point, why every time somebody gets locked up for being senseless or making senseless moves, we got to get on our freedom fighter mode. Why we got to get in the freedom fighter mode? Why every time this happens, we always got to get into that mode? 050 Chynabrim. And these are questions. Why? When dudes should know better. So now I want to show the world that I'm an active gang member and I'm allegedly in tune with all the big homies. The sacrifice is that is now you're looking at 8-9 good charges, federal, and now it's gonna cost you over $100,000 just to beat a couple of them. But you have to cop to some of this shit. And the worst part about it is, you gotta pray for a liberal judge that when you cop out, if you cop out, to sentence you where he feels you can get home to your family. And not a conservative judge that's going to go, you know what? I am a pure American. I got a Trump flag on my backyard right now. Yeah. Well, today we're going to make America great again. The next time you're going to see the streets is when you're reborn. What are you talking about? 800 months. And you have to sit there and go, but why am I in this situation? Why am I here? Why am I in this situation? That's what you gotta ask yourself, man. You have to ask yourself, why am I in this situation? Why? Yep. Mandatory minimums, exactly. Well, why? Because you want to show that you're active? So I'm not beating you up. What I'm saying is, you did great going the 6ix9ine route. Not telling them, talking about being the fake blood. Yo, I'm not active. Thank you, I love you niggas. I'm just gotta recreate myself. Why is it so hard for dudes to recreate themselves? 050 Chynabrim's in the building. Why is it so hard for people to recreate who they are? I told you, I'm on my Cobra Commander, G.I. Joe, word? My G.I. Joe. Go, Joe. You know what? Go, Joe. Gotta weigh in. We gotta weigh in with the people. Just turn your music off. Just turn your music off. That's all I ask you. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Why? Why? How hard is it? Listen, me being Ezekiel Matthews, this is the biggest win I'm having in my life now, being Ezekiel Matthews in the last 17 years. Now, being myself, enjoying who I am. I don't need to be certified by other men. Not saying that some dudes still feel that. Somebody go, well, Snoop Dogg did it. Well, Snoop Dogg, you see, he ain't catching Fed charges because he's not playing with what's considered active. But the difference between him is, again, he grew up in that. He was born in that. He grew up in those generations of that. It wasn't like he took a shahada, not shahada, his oath in somebody's bathroom in somebody's jail. New York is getting like that now, but it wasn't like that years ago. You know what I'm saying? We have to get to the get down. Shout out to wife of Southern Belle. I know she's at work. She's probably watching right now. Let me see if I can. Because we have to get to the get down. The get down to the get down is why? Why? That's the get. Yeah. Hold on one second. Because this gonna be a lesson. This gonna be a lesson to be learned. Chynabrim, what's poppin'?
You know, us, a nigga at work, but it's okay. I can speak for a minute.
Question.
Yeah,
why? The question is not that he's gonna attempt murder. I'm asking you from your perspective. Why is Cass going through this?
You talking about Casanova?
Yeah, 2 times. We're gonna be real. We're not gonna be disrespectful because you got the families out there. But why is he going through this?
I believe, to be honest with you, I believe it's loyalty, man. Loyal to something that ain't loyal to him. A lot of real niggas go through that, man.
This is save the youth, right? We're saving the youth right now. We're saving the youth.
Basically.
That's real what you just said right there. You walk yourself into this, man. And I like what you're doing on IG. Follow 050 Chynabrim on IG. He also has a YouTube channel that's popping. He got the jet. He got the jet wars, the work, Disco Brim. Shit is crazy. How well he's so about the airplane. This is all the excitement. Go check out 050 Chynabrim. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I appreciate that. You already know, man. We work together, man.
Hell yeah.
I just did a video with Rell, Jim Jones. You know what I'm saying? I was watching your video this morning you made last night.
Yeah.
You know, that was a great topic, man. And it's a lot of shit. Wack 100 really showed niggas that Jim Jones and these niggas just talk this shit, man.
They just talking.
These niggas, come on, man. The man calling Jim a rat. It's supposed to be lit on sight.
He calls you a rat, multiple platforms, not just everywhere. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and then you go on Clout Clubhouse, and you saying Wack 100 is chasing clout or whatever, but you doing the same thing. Why would you go on Clubhouse to argue with a nigga? If it's lit, fuck Clubhouse, I'm coming straight to see you.
That's a fact. That's a fact. And now he's in New York. That's the whole thing. Y'all create these narratives, so then what happens is your fans begin to believe that, yo, this guy's Mr. New York. We're not taking nothing away from you. We're dealing with common sense. This was getting you young niggas killed because y'all start acting like this, Julio Iglesias. And then when Wack comes to town, you want to go live with Cardi B husband. Like, look, this is I'm up to bigger and better things. No, you're not. Because that defeats the whole purpose.
Smoothies. The man came to New York drinking smoothies.
Anyway, no matter where you cast the hill of Yonkers, that even the Yonkers is dangerous. You talking about, yeah, even if he was in Yonkers, y'all niggas know there's man homies out there. Yo, they go whack like this. Try. So what happens is stop creating these narratives.
Basically.
So now when we dish you, how the fuck are we hating if a nigga who called you a rat on multiple platforms, he couldn't get it on site. He couldn't get enough respect to get it on site. You know what I mean? Like, oh, they go whack, nigga trying. Nigga, I ain't dying for that nigga. I ain't jump out the window for that nigga. Who? The rapper? And now somebody go, oh, but they're hating. And they're hating. You know what I'm saying? Oh, they're hating. And they're hating on us. And they're internet niggas. How the fuck are we internet niggas if he was just in New York when he told you he was pulling up?
Basically.
You told him
nothing happened. Niggas didn't touch a hair particle.
They ain't about to call, yo, you sucking nigga. Come on, man. So please, before y'all start trying to, you know, I get it. We get it. We understand it. We know. Y'all thought y'all had one with the Outpost situation. Y'all thought y'all had one with some other shit. But then it's like, but Wack stood on calling you a rat, Jimmy. You got mad at everybody else that called you a rat, right? Because you thought this nigga wasn't coming to New York. He came. What happened? What happened, big bro? So stop talking that stupid shit and stay to your rap shit. That's it.
What you gotta do?
Stay to your rap shit. Y'all can be lobby boys, be all you can be, my nigga. You're not trying to sit where Casanova sitting at. You know what I'm saying?
At all.
So why? So
he would have been there right now.
Come on, bro. So now when we speak about this, it's like, yo, that's crazy. Like, how is that crazy? We're telling y'all reality, right? That's the reality.
And we wrong for that.
Yo, but those niggas is hated. How niggas is hated? Nigga called you a rat on multiple platforms, dude.
And you, come on.
Come on.
And how many times he said, Wack, everybody said this, Wack would never come to New York. He would never come. Now he showed this face in New York, not at nighttime, 3 in the morning or anything, on a regular day.
Hey, movies. I'm pretty sure, yo, hold it up. I'm pretty sure somebody seen him took a flick. Here go Wack at the spot. There's 1,000 homies. That's a phone call away. I want to, you know what I'm saying? It's a what? Wait, son is that? Yo.
And from what I heard, it was, I think the people who own it is the lot.
Yeah, they own the spot.
So I know when they came in there, niggas hit the locks up, was like, yo, no, Wack is up in here.
Yeah. Definitely shout out to the locks. Any on the car wash out there. Definitely shout out to LOX, man. They definitely showing the people how to make this transition.
Facts. Shout out to the L. That's facts.
You know what I'm saying?
But he pulled up. One thing I gotta respect about Wack, all the bullshit, he pulled up and showed face. Not with, and he didn't pull up with the big homie CK or all these other big homies. He pulled up by himself.
Solo dope.
He didn't do what Jim Jones did with
Big U, yo, look. If I was
like he didn't need nobody to solidify that I could pop up. I don't need to be co-signed to pop up in New York.
This is real talk. This is real talk, man. And the reason why we're touching on this narrative for, because it's time for us to start letting y'all know we're having a real conversation. Man, tired of, yo, that's fucked up, you got caught. Nigga, you should have knew better, nigga. You hear me? Point blank. You just did like 4 or 5 years in the fucking state. Why would you want to be active in the game you have no power in? You can't tell the alleged leader, yo, chill, son. Let's just focus on this hip hop shit. So why put yourself in a situation to answer phone calls or make moves, or even, as you might be saying in your little brain, I was just doing favors. No, you wasn't. You wanted to be, you could, you know what I'm saying? You wanted to be active. And the consequences of being activists now, look at the rest of your life in jail. The lesson learned here, find some legal shit to do, and if you're not, if you're going to play with the game, know who you playing with. Because when you start playing this little funny game, and niggas, because the name alone, his co-defendant, is an obvious name to be hot. You hear me? You know what I'm saying? You hear me? They just caught 3 Willa hoods. They just locked some dude up that had a major, I think his name was Homo or some shit like that. Some nigga they bagged out of Brooklyn. He in jail doing 20. He found like 10,000 in his account. You hear me?
Yeah.
So you telling me the feds wasn't thinking about Mr. Wolf? You hear me? So eventually, you're dealing with a guy who other Willa hoods been getting snatched up for fake cases and state cases.
You hear me? You hear me?
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep it real, right? Dick Wolf is never coming home.
You got 50 to life anyway.
He's in a position where I'm just saying, as a man and having cash, sacrifice himself, I would take everything. I'm surprised why Dick Wolf didn't say, fuck it, I'm taking everything. He's not coming home. Let cash go.
Yeah, you're
That's
right.
how I feel.
Yo, he had nothing to do with that. He ain't really know.
Come on, if you already got 50 years in prison, he is not coming home. So he should let cash go. Take everything.
Everybody don't think the way we think, bro. Some niggas just be like, fuck you, nigga. You know what I'm saying? You hear me? You gonna...
Nah, that shit don't look right. I'm saying in my eyes, no disrespect to, I
to the
still give
realest.
my,
Yeah, exactly. Shout out to the
give my
realest.
regards to Dick Wolf, but on some real nigga shit, if I'm locked up and I know it's no light, I'm letting the little homie go, homie. You go ahead, nigga. Keep letting this ain't shit ring through the radios, nigga.
Facts. It's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? We don't need you in here. Dick already fucked his life up. Why would you want to take cash with you? Not saying he is, but hopefully down the line, he just be like, man, listen, I'm taking everything.
It's a dirty game. There go light-skinned boys in the building. Light-skinned boys in the building. Shout out to Star Report. Light-skinned boys in the building.
And I want to say one thing before I go.
Hold on 1 second. I say it. Hold on 1 second. Shit. Hold on.
Running your family and you did nothing.
Who? What
I'm
happened?
gonna run with your mother, your aunts.
Oh yeah, hell well, man. Yeah, hell yeah.
From a fight. And then you want to put brothers' names involved. Don't never say nothing about 050. No, I shoot at everything. So whatever that's going on with him and Disco, there's no reason he should put my name involved.
Yeah, you have nothing to do with that. And that's some personal shit. What I heard, it has really nothing to do with you.
He got my Instagram. He did some shit, some this shit. He reported my Instagram.
Wow.
So now I'm on hold on posting because he reported it on some big shit.
He bugging out, man. How well you losing your mind. Listen. And he's another one. Anything you got caught up in, you put yourself in those situations, bro. And then when shit goes sour, you try to weasel around and you start looking stupid with that stupid look on your face, my nigga.
But all that fake ass jewelry. Like
fake ass garments. Fake silk, nigga. We know you from Weeks Ave, nigga, the dirty side block. We know you dirty niggas. We seen you dirty niggas before, you hear me? We seen you dirty niggas before. Dirty socks, coal in your eye and all this shit. When's the last time you washed your face, my nigga? What up, Ed? What's poppin'?
What's going on, Bobby? What's going on? Listen, man, I'm listening to what you're talking about. I like what you're doing. Trying to get these niggas out here to pay attention. Stop tripping themselves up all the fucking time, man.
That's a fact, my man. Ed from Wash. It's a fact, man. Cause
yo, Zeke, I gotta go back to work, man.
Definitely salute. Love you, bro.
Keep doing what you do, nigga. I hit you when I get off of work. Wow.
Definitely. Come on, Ed. You've been outside, Ed. This is crazy. Like, how are we sitting here having a conversation about Casanova with some gang shit? Like, why the fuck you in that situation, nigga? You know what I'm saying? You hear me?
Yeah, see, it's unfortunate, but a lot of niggas don't know nothing but what they know.
That's a
you
fact.
understand what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
So, a lot of times, listen, how many niggas you know came home, right? and a whole lot of times came home but don't know nothing else. So you go back to what you know.
What you know. It's a bunch of them,
Right
too.
now, I personally don't know homie situation, but it's easy to sit back and say, yo, why he just ain't fall back? Why he just ain't do this? Why he ain't do that? At the end of the day, that might be all he knows.
You know what's real? What you just said right there. It's like you go. If I could do this, like I'm gonna give a good example. Here in New York, at some point, you can't be inactive and still have gang attached because sometimes the gang status makes you feel more important. Exactly. Like this is the greatest thing I did was being a blood with status. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So you get caught up with the blood with status thing so much that you actually lose who you are. You know what I mean? I seen it in the yard. You seen it in the yard where somebody go to a jail and he's a popular blood in one jail and come to your jail and then they kick him out the whip and then he look like he want to smoke crack. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It be like that. So a lot of times these guys get caught up in the gang celebrity and feel like I can't be out of the gang celebrity and it's crazy, bro, because you're putting yourself more in harm's way because technology changed and policing changed. You know what I'm saying? Remember, when we was outside, our biggest concern was TNT, my nigga. You hear me?
That's a fact.
Now,
that's a fact. It was a lot easier to move around. It was a lot easier to do whatever.
Yeah.
Plus, not to mention, it was just more money, period.
It was a lot of money. So dudes wasn't trying to catch a shootout and have 100 dimes in his pocket. You know what I'm saying?
Listen,
but,
and even when you did have shootouts, you didn't have all. Listen, you can't shoot a gun right now without niggas being on your ass.
Yeah.
They got shit out here, Z. You shoot the gun, it's alerting the police immediately. Boom, the police is on, they on your ass immediately.
So
we didn't have all of that.
Yeah, we didn't have that.
The point is, Z, you know what? These kids gotta understand. Listen, man. You're going out into the streets. You better be ready for what comes, because it's coming.
Yep, it's coming.
And you better be ready for it.
Yeah, bro, because I get mad at because you know what? I see a lot like a lot of my like a lot of people I knew. I seen a lot of people come home from jail and they don't go back to jail, but they get murdered. You do 25 years in jail to come home and you get murdered next summer. Or you just came home from doing 15 and you get smoked. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, yo, when I came home the last time, Ed, I made a decision. I said, yo, I'm not going to play in the streets, bro. You hear me? And I went through a lot of shit, bro. I was moving furniture. I should move furniture for an African. Shout out to the African. You know what I'm saying? You hear me? Paying me peanuts, bro. But I stuck with that, so I want to stay legal. Then I met some kid that was picking books up. I was helping him with that. Nigga was paying me. Listen, at the age of like 30, I'm 48 now. At the age of 42, nigga paying me $10 an hour, wasting my whole day to pick up books. But I still refuse to sell drugs, my nigga. You hear me? And then I ended up creating my own.
God bless you. God
all
bless
this.
You.
Huh?
And I said, God bless you, and you get that message across to everybody, to these kids that's feeding into the bullshit, that's feeding into listening to these niggas and the music, telling them, yeah, this is all glorious.
Yeah.
That's all it is. It's only good times out here. Nah, my nigga, it ain't only good times out here. And most of these niggas out here that's in the street grinding right now ain't really getting it. These niggas is living to just be able to maybe buy a little something here, maybe go to a club. But God forbid, they catch a chase. These niggas can't get a lawyer. These niggas can't get bail. These niggas are starting GoFundMe for all type of wild shit. But you were supposed to be in the street, get into the bag.
Into the bag. And that's why I respect what you said. Like, it's real because we gotta have these conversations. I think these conversations don't be on being had. So when we don't have these conversations, like, yo, is this, like you said, maybe that's all he had. All he knew is being a part of the game.
There's a lot of people that I know that's all they know.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, don't get me wrong, I'm going to respect it.
Yeah.
I'm going to respect it because, hey, listen, it is what it is. I'm going to love you like I love you, but I got to love you from a distance because I made, you know, we done made up our mind to do something else.
Something totally different, bro.
We done We done been up, we done been down, we done seen what it is, and at the end of the day, listen, man, it's not worth it.
It's not.
It's not worth it, man. Because more than likely you ain't gonna be in these streets and you ain't gonna be a millionaire, boy.
You're not. Yo, you know what's
gonna happen.
That's
You're not
not
gonna
gonna
be a
happen.
millionaire. You're gonna be out here, you're gonna be doing whatever you do, and you're gonna be struggling, you're gonna be just making it. And if you're fortunate enough to be able to make a few dollars, the lifestyle that you're living is so reckless, you're not even doing nothing with that money.
You know what, Ed? It's funny, right? I was talking to my man, one of my niggas on my block on the hill. Shout out to the hilltop of Snap, right? And we was like, yo, and we was talking about high school. I'm like, yeah, man, the high school days, man. It's like, yo, man, we used to go everybody was going so hard to be flying high school, right? And we went to school, and I'm like, yeah, because remember, me, you, and Wiggs, we all went to Thomas. So it was like, yeah, Thomas is popping. But the sad part is a lot of people that we went to school with, they got murdered or went to jail, bro. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Like Kato passed away.
And let me tell you
Al did like 10 for the BTC niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was crazy, huh?
Listen, man, a lot of niggas passed away, and a lot of niggas that was doing whatever they was doing before, you see them now, they woke the fuck up, though.
Yeah, son.
You can't, it's also a lot of motherfuckers, you couldn't pay them to hold a brick.
What the fuck? No. Hell no, you couldn't pay to hold a brick. And shout out to my man Ed Washington Projects East Harlem, man. Because I'm going to tell you something. That's real, bro. I remember being a kid when I first moved to Lexington houses. Your projects was like the poster child for violence and money. Like, you just couldn't walk through the D. You was from there, you know what I'm saying? So it was like, you seen things as a kid, the lines around the block, you know what I mean? Crazy in the D. Dudes couldn't walk through it at night. Shit was crazy, and we got to witness the transition in the streets. Like, they don't get that we seen dudes that had all the money start getting high. You know what I mean? We seen niggas that was getting all the money, he go to jail for 10 years. We seen niggas get all the money. Tone Lopez was a good guy, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, rest in peace.
Rest in peace. Got all the money in the world. I never seen Tone argue with nobody. He probably did in his lifetime. He never came on my block and said we couldn't get no money. We wasn't even affecting his money without me with my bum ass trades allegedly. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? We wasn't affecting him. I wasn't affecting him. But when he passed away, it was crazy because it's like all you heard was more good about a guy who actually just sold drugs. Man. You know what I mean? But
every time somebody passes away, all you hear is the good shit.
You don't hear the bad. You know what I'm saying? You don't hear why.
Listen, man. Anytime somebody passes away, anytime somebody go to jail, oh nah, he a good dude. He a good dude. For instance, you go to jail is full of nothing but good niggas. Right?
Yeah.
Where all the criminals at?
Where the criminals at? You know what I'm saying?
Where all the criminals at? Everybody in there good nigga. Ain't no criminals in there. But that's, but that's not for me to judge. It is what it is. We get caught up. We do what we do. Listen, none of us is innocent. We all grew up. We all did what we did. And you gotta have that little leeway with kids. Like, listen, I understand that the streets, they sing a sweet song, man.
Streets is dirty, man. Rest in peace, Tone Lopez.
We here telling you, your boy, it's dirty, man.
It's dirty. We watched the dirt.
It's dirty, man.
We watched the dirt.
You out here committing A1 felonies on a consistent basis. And you done making millions of dollars, man.
It's not worth it.
And these niggas is running around out here. You listening to these niggas in these songs, talking all of this wild shit. Listen, man, they not living like that, bro. Because if they was living like that, the boys have a case.
That's a fact. They'll be cased up.
They have a case. So what they doing is they out here giving you memories, maybe. Because, I don't know who lived what and who did what. Some of them, they might be giving you memories. But, they need to be a little bit more responsible to tell these kids, yo, listen, man, this ain't what it is, man. I did this when I was younger and I didn't know no better. I know better now. I ain't doing it. This shit is whack.
Now, I'm gonna tell you what's crazy, man. Is I remember when I first decided to break the law, right? I had a fake goal. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I'm gonna buy a house. I want to buy a car. I want to move out the projects. It just, that was the actual plan. I'm gonna use this money to get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? And it didn't happen. It didn't happen like that. But that was the actual plan. The plan wasn't for me to get money to buy a gun to go to war with somebody across the street. You know what I'm saying? My plan was.
You was better than me. You was better than me, Z, because let me tell you something. I didn't have no plan.
Yeah, I had a plan.
We started doing whatever. For me, I started doing whatever I was doing just because I saw everybody else around doing it.
So see, that's real. That's real. See,
You
that's
understand what I'm
that's
saying?
real.
I
That's
saw
real.
everybody else around me doing it. Listen, you know what real talk? I remember, no joke, I remember going to school in junior high school. In junior high school.
Which junior high school is that? Which junior high school? Which junior high
I
school?
remember seeing Waves.
Now, which junior high school? Which junior high school? Wagner?
With the, yeah, Wagner.
Shout out to Wagner. Everybody went to Wagner Junior High School, Yorkville. So,
Right?
yeah.
I remember seeing Waves with the crazy jewelry.
Yeah, my nigga Wiggs.
Right?
Shout out to Wiggs.
He
Keep
was
talking.
fresh. He was fresh to death. Now, mind you, this is my man. You know, we in the same age bracket. This is my man. I'm seeing him. I said, yo, this nigga winning. How the fuck he winning?
Yeah, my nigga Wiggs.
You find out what he doing. Little by little, he said, you know what? All right, I'm gonna get up in there. I'm gonna get up in there and I'm gonna do what I need to do. So as you know, a nigga start getting older, a nigga start doing whatever he do. And let me tell you something, Zeke. You know,
Yeah.
me and you wasn't in contact for a minute, but a nigga was in a position to be, you know, what you might consider to be good.
Yeah. Yeah, but I didn't. It's funny you said that because.
But guess what? A nigga was never still a millionaire.
Yeah.
This is a fact. A nigga was never still a millionaire. A nigga was still running around. I might go out. I might hang out with a bit. Nigga, we was hanging out from Monday to Monday.
What the mother? I was out
hanging
of
out
town.
Monday to Monday.
Yes.
We going, you know what I'm saying? You buying an outfit to go out. You buying this. You buying that. You doing this. You doing that. You blowing whatever little bit of money you make it.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
So when a nigga get old, you know what I'm saying? When a nigga sit down and say, damn, you know what? Yo, what the fuck am I doing, man? I'm out here risking my life. Because that's what you're doing. You're risking your life.
Yes. Yeah. Boom. What you just said right there? Risking our lives. Doesn't matter if every day anything can happen. Risking our lives in those deadly, dirty streets. Not
It's a fact. You know what I'm
anytime.
saying? You risking your life, boy. And if you ain't ready to deal with it and to jump out the window at the drop of a dime and then deal with it, get the fuck out, man. Get out. It don't make no sense for you to be in here. It don't make no sense for you to do it. Because you're going to end up just like all these other niggas out here telling.
You know what I'm saying? That's what happens. That's what, you know what's so funny? That's exactly what winds up happening. Because what happens is you put yourself in a situation where some dudes is like, I'm not ready to do the rest of my life in the penitentiary. You know what I'm saying? And that's
a
what.
fact. That's a fact. You got to really sit down and be honest with yourself. Yo, am I really willing to sit down and these people tell me I got to do 20, 25?
At the age of 50.
Am I really, really ready to sit down and do that?
Because you know what's so funny? Somebody asked me a question a couple of months ago, right? And they said, Zeke, you know, they said it's about the guy who just passed away, like, you know, he cooperated against somebody, whatever the case may be, right? So I said, you know what? We know, like, when Papo copped out, he copped out to that, right? He got he's like in his 50s already. You know what I'm saying?
You talking about Papo?
Yeah, yeah, 100th Street. He's like in his late 40s and 50s when he caught that. He got another 20. You know what I'm saying? He copped out to this shit, like, woo. You know what I'm saying? Like, he gonna be an old man in these streets. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but you know what though? But at the end of the day, he did what he did, but he ain't telling nobody.
he ain't telling nobody.
He said, you know what? I'm gonna fall on my sword. This is how I'm living. I'm living by the sword. I'm gonna fall on my sword.
Yeah, he copped.
I ain't bringing nobody else down with me, and he could have. That's a fact, he could have.
Oh,
he could have brought a lot more motherfuckers down.
Man, he could sit down half the east side. You know what I'm saying? Even dudes that's in retirement, he could have took down for shit that nobody's talking about. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? is if you ain't ready to do that,
Get out the
if
game.
you ain't ready to do that, if you ain't ready to sit down and take what these people are giving you, get out these streets. If you ain't ready to really just listen, man, throw your life away, man. You got to be ready to throw your life away at the drop of a dime when you're dealing with these streets because it's dirty.
That's a fact. It's a dirty game.
It's dirty.
Dirty. The streets is dirty.
And stop letting these rappers sit here and tell you these fairy tales that it's nothing but, man.
Yeah, it's real. You realize it's dirty. Yo, we just sat, you know, we grew up, right? When he was growing up, right? We watched transitions on blocks. I remember going to the Chinese store on 100th Street. That shit was a fucking spot. My nigga, you know what I'm saying? You hear me? Dudes was getting millions of dollars out of that Chinese restaurant. You know what I'm saying? Then it went from just to that corner. Then it went to the Hill Hole. But then the D was always popping my block, the Hill, and other little locations. But we watched this shit. And then the killings began to happen. Dudes started dying. Like, oh shit, he died. Elliot died somewhere in Florida. And the Tone Lopez situation and the Keith situation. And we started watching, like, damn, this drug game is the game is crazy because nobody expected that part of the game. You hear me? Like, damn, what son got killed over this? Or son got killed over that? And it just got dirtier, man. Like Dave. Dave is is family, you know what I'm saying? Dave died for something that was so senseless, bro. You hear me? But it wasn't senseless because it was some street shit. But it was senseless because he ain't slapped nobody. He ain't punched nobody in the mouth. Only thing him and somebody told somebody was they couldn't eat on the corner that had nothing to do with them. You hear me? And
you know what? Listen, that's where it comes from. You telling somebody they can't eat.
Yeah.
You gonna tell, you know, you gotta be ready for what comes with that too, man, because you don't know how hungry that man is.
And that's what happened. They came back because of the situation, and that's how he passed away. You know what I'm saying? Because he didn't look at it as being that serious. Like, them niggas is nobody. But like you said, dudes is hungry. You know what I'm saying? You hear me?
Listen, that's how a lot of this shit happen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's how a lot of this shit happen. It goes from, listen, y'all little niggas can't eat out here. Little niggas ain't gonna be little niggas for long, man.
Yeah, it's not gonna be too long. And one thing, you have to have a good memory because them same little niggas you said they couldn't eat, they still hate your guts. You know what I'm saying? You hear me? And when they get to the bag right, as soon as you rub them niggas the wrong way one time, get them out of here. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you know what though? I really don't want to get distracted and talk about, like I said, what I really called was to commend you because I heard you talking and you kind of hit a note where you was like, listen, man, stop listening to these rappers out here telling you this shit is sweet, man, when it's not sweet, man.
It's not easy.
It's not sweet, man. This shit is ugly, man. And it ain't a bunch of millionaires out here, man.
Yeah.
It ain't a bunch of millionaires running around out here.
Yeah.
Niggas is running around stunting fronting with their last dollar.
Yo,
with their last dollar. But I guarantee you, man, God forbid, they Trap of Chase, these people can't pay for nothing.
Can't pay for nothing at all.
These people die, they can't even pay for the funeral.
You have a GoFundMe or a fish fry party, you know what I'm saying? That's a fact.
This is a fact. We've seen it too many times. But this was supposed to be the nigga that was that nigga getting the bag.
That's a fact.
Like, listen, man, these kids gotta see the truth, man, because they blinded by it.
They blinded.
Listen, they sitting here, they seeing somebody shining, they come home, they listening to music where the music's telling them, yeah, you can do this, you can do that, and it's never no consequences to this shit. They living in a movie.
Yeah. That's a fact.
This ain't no movie, this is real life, there's consequences. And let me tell you something, man, even when you win it, you're not at peace, man.
You're not.
You're not at peace even when you win it, because now I'm winning, I'm on top. Me and you might be having a conversation, see? And I'm listening to every word you say, and I'm like, yo, hold on, but why he said that like that?
Yeah, it's a fact.
But then, he just shook my hand, and it feel like how he shook my hand yesterday.
Bingo. And that's, yep.
These is real things that happen. These is real things that niggas go through, man. Like you gotta realize, man, yo, stop lying to these fucking kids, man. Let them know what it is, man.
Yeah.
Yo, the best shit I hear you say all the time is find something legal to do. Yo,
find some legal shit to do.
Yo, find something legal to do, man.
And that
goes for everybody, man.
For everybody and everything. Find something legal to do.
Yeah, Zeke, man, yo,
Hold on.
keep pushing that.
Hold on one second. Hold on. Hold on one second. Hey, hold on 1 second. Hold on. 1 second, 1 second, Ed. Nobody called that man that, sir. So you got that a little wrong, Jay. I ain't call him that. Remove that comment. I keep on, Ed. Now nobody said that. Keep on.
Yeah, I don't know what happened, but like I was telling you was keep that positive narrative, man.
Yeah.
Keep that going, man. Keep telling these people, listen, it's a facade out here. It's fake, man.
Yeah.
It's fake. It's fake, man. You work hard, you focus. I guarantee you, man, most of y'all gonna end up making more money than you gonna make in the street if you really sit down and just focus.
Yeah.
You can make more money legally. It's too many hustles out here. There's too many ways for you to get a bag, man.
Hell yeah. Hell
This
yeah.
is a fact, man. See, I went to jail. I took electrical trades when I went to jail.
That's a fact.
Right?
Trades, yeah.
I came home, listen, Zeke, I came home, I took that little electrical trade shit, man, and I built on that.
Yeah.
Build something for myself, legal.
Exactly. Hell yeah. And that's a plan, exactly, because one thing I learned, I didn't want to be a drug dealer, I wanted to be a hustler. I want to be somebody that has other skills, that if this shit is over, I need something to fall back on. You know what I'm saying? You hear me? And sometimes something to fall back on is a trade or a skill, or some people are good with running companies, some people are good for working people, like me. I tried to do a moving company with somebody, it didn't do what it's supposed to do. I was losing more money, purpose in my pocket, paying dues, instead of profiting. So, but now that I'm at your edge, I'm a assistant manager in a major Fortune 500 company, bro. You hear me?
Yeah.
I'm set up well, got benefits and all that stuff, and that's because I realized that the hustle I'm talking about is the energy, is the adrenaline, is that flow. You know what I'm saying?
No, right. To just win. No matter what you're doing, just win. As long as you focus and you put that energy into that, you're gonna win, man.
And that's the win right there. See, that's the win. And once you realize the win, you're gonna have distractions here and there. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just because I realized that we gotta have these conversations, because sometimes people get distracted from the reality. Like I said, don't let these rap dudes and these other dudes don't got it. Like dudes don't got lawyer money. They can't afford to punch nobody in the mouth. You hear me? You know what I'm saying? They can't afford to shoot a club up. These lawyers cost. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And a lot of times, this is why they're forced to be put in positions to cooperate. You hear me? When you see, one thing I gotta give Suge Knight credit for is that when Suge Knight started doing the record label, you see he started keeping people away from Snoop. You hear me? Because he didn't want to, even though I had to have this Crip guy rapping about all this Crip shit, I'm not gonna have a studio full of Crips. You know what I'm saying? You hear me? You know what I'm saying? You hear me? Because I can't attach my foundation to the game. He can rap about all the shit he want, but this ain't gonna be like we're laundering money through Compton. You know what I'm saying? You hear me? And I think that was a smart move that he actually did. These people don't get that. You can't be attached to this because you got this rapper telling you.
You gotta separate yourself.
Because if I tell you to stand in the lobby and get money all day, I'm gonna be like, yo, all the money's in the lobby, and then what happens?
Nah.
You know what I'm saying?
Separate yourself, man.
The lobby never been a safe place.
Stop talking about the things that you used to do. Or if you are gonna talk about the things that you used to do, make sure that you put that little asterisk with it to let niggas know, yo, listen, man, it's gonna end up ugly for you, man.
That's a fact. It definitely is.
I didn't sleep good at night, man. It's gonna end up ugly for you.
Yeah, man.
I lost friends. You said lifetime, like you know, people that you came up from the sandbox with, you fall out with.
Yeah.
You know, it's just all type of shit, man. Let me tell you something. I just recently got back in contact with a nigga who we had a misunderstanding from years ago.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And because of the street, that's years of friendship that from somebody that was my man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So listen, man, it's nothing sweet out here, man. It's nothing sweet. Find something legal to do. Go get a job. Go do something. It's gonna be worth it, man. It's gonna be worth it.
That's a fact.
Stop putting so much emphasis on all the material items.
Hell yeah, it's a fact. And I think that we have to break that down to people. Like Golden Share said, I never had a house hustle. It was working that got me a nice house. It's a fact. All the things that we're gonna accomplish that's nice, more in our life that's gonna benefit us as we get older, is not coming from the block. You know what I'm saying? You hear me?
No.
It's coming from.
It came from when the nigga woke up and learned how to focus and say, yo, hold on a minute. I need to move a certain way. And you ain't had to be in the street to do that. And like you said, you accomplished more legally than you did in the streets.
In them fucking streets. And it's crazy because I can sit here and tell you about the Lopez's, I can tell you about all the Grizzlies that flew, the Packs and WTNT and good days and bad days, the first of the month to the fifth.
Yeah, but most of these niggas ain't gonna be Tone Lopez, eh?
Yeah, exactly. They're not they can't accomplish. Yep.
Most of these niggas ain't gonna be Tone Lopez. Most of these niggas ain't gonna be Alpo.
Yeah, they're not gonna be rich. They're not gonna be.
You know what I'm saying? Most of these niggas ain't gonna be Fritz. They not gonna be these dudes, man. Most of you niggas is gonna be getting shorties from niggas.
Yeah.
Trying to make that work and trying not to fuck up your re-up.
That's a
because
fact.
That's just a fact. That's what ends up happening.
Happens every time, man. It's exactly what happens, man. And this is great, man, because we was playing outside in the early 90s. No, late 80s, early 90s. And look where we at now. Like, you know what I'm saying? We got kids going to college, kids attempting to graduate high school. And one thing I'm gonna take pride in, shout out to Wifey Southern Belle that's at work, is that it makes me feel great that my daughter is junior in college, man. Because when I was her age, I was a pure loser. You know what I'm saying? You hear me? I was going to jail, sitting in somebody's jail cell. Shit was in shambles. You know what I'm saying? And to see that she didn't go my direction at all is just showing that one thing I learned is that what you do in the streets, you never bring home. You hear me? So whatever I did in the streets, by the time I had my daughter when I was in like my mid-20s, I was somewhere out the street, but I was on my little gang time thing, but I never brought gang home. So only person she knew was daddy. She didn't know bloody daddy. You know what I'm saying? You hear me? She ain't know that dad. She knew a daddy that read books to her, take her to the museum, take her to hockey games. That's the dad that she knew. She didn't know I got a bandana on my head and this was popping and more or less this and the third. And I think because I didn't bring that around her, she was never attracted to that lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? Like that wasn't an attraction. You know what I'm saying? And I gotta give my baby mother her credit because she worked every day and she's doing the mother thing. And when I left the house, you know what I'm saying? When I left the house, when my daughter got on her righteous, let me be smart path. And bro, she's been on the honor roll since junior high school, bro. You hear me? Shout out to Willie Calhoun in the building. Now, mind you, remember, she's 20 years old right now. Ed, I'm 48. When I was 20, I was sitting in Albany County Jail, my G. You hear me? What was you doing when you was 20? You know what I'm saying? You hear me?
When I was 20 years old, I was running around crazy.
Crazy? What? You can't tell me nothing.
Listen, I didn't have no goal. I ain't have no nothing. It was wake up, go hustle, go do whatever.
Yeah. Mr. G's.
There was no goal, man.
There was no goal.
There was no focus. There was nothing. Listen, my kid, I got two 21-year-olds right now. Then I got two 21-year-olds. I got a 14-year-old, man. All of my kids is a 180 from me. All of them.
Yeah.
All of them. No, none of them live the way that I live, man. None of them. And I thank God for that. But you know what? I worked hard to make sure that they never saw none of that.
See none of that. And that's the more.
As they got older, I explained to them, listen, man, your dad did a lot of dumb shit.
Yeah.
Growing up. Things that, I regret. So before you hear from somebody else, you're going to hear from me. Yeah, your dad did this, your dad did that, your dad went to jail, your dad came home, but you know what? I figured it out eventually. Took me a long time, but I figured it out. So when I'm telling you these things, don't think that it's just a man telling you something that's never been there. I've been there. I know what I'm talking about when I tell you don't do these things, man.
And that's a real experience because I sit back now and I go, you know what? My daughter, I never brought that around her. So she just knows, like you understand what I'm saying? Like my daughter knows daddy. She doesn't know bloody daddy. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? I never, when I thought about it, I never brought it into that light. And anything I brought it into was diverse, like a hockey game, a baseball game. I did dad things, you know what I'm saying? I supported her soccer, and I support this, and the school band, or be all you can be. And that's the power, like you said, man, of us daddies that don't want our kids to follow a lot of our footsteps. Now you got some that stray away and go crazy, but there's a lot of times the kids only stray away because the misrepresentation of parenting. Like what you do in the streets, you never bring home. And guess where I learned that shit from, bro? You hear me? Remember my man John Mundy? John J. Quest, you know him as the singer J. Quest?
Yeah.
His father, I used to stay in John's house a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? Me and John was like best friends. But his father owned the store across the street. Now, who knows what was going on in his store? Because, you know, at that time, it'd be 1,000 Puerto Ricans in there. You know what I'm saying? Playing dominoes or who knows what else. I don't know. But one thing I'm going to say is that when I used to spend the night in John's crib, when his pops used to come home, he never brought whatever he was doing in the street home. You hear me? So he'll come home with the family, they cooking dinner and sit at the table and help with school and boom, boom, boom. And that was real. John, Sonny, and his sister are all, well, two of them graduated college, and I think John was driving for Coca-Cola. You hear me? His sister, the oldest daughter, Lisa, she's a guidance counselor. So that's why the mindset of whatever you do outside, you don't bring home. You hear me? So the streets wasn't attracted to them. They was outside, y'all, Queen Bee, but it wasn't an attraction. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because my dad owns a store. I go to Catholic school. And boom, boom, boom. And our neighborhood sort of gave us what we really wanted in life. We just started hustling. You know what I'm saying? You hear me? Because we live white America.
That's why you got to speak to the kids
yes.
that the streets are attracted to. Because you know what? Unfortunately, the streets are attracted to a lot of people.
To a lot of people.
You gotta keep that real, the true narrative of listen, man.
It's
not sweet out here, man. And don't get me wrong, you ain't gonna save everybody. Because some people just gonna do what they gotta do. Unfortunately, some people that's all they got.
Yeah, that's all they got.
There's kids right now, or you know, young people right now that don't know where their next meal is coming from. So I'm not gonna sit here and tell that man, listen, don't do this, don't do that.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell you what sorry.
But you need to have all the information so you can make that informed decision.
Yo, you know what's
you need to know that ain't nothing sweet out here.
Nothing. Yo.
You know, it ain't gonna be like the movie. It ain't gonna be like the rap song. It's gonna be a lot of hard times. It's gonna be a lot of struggling. So before you go and you get yourself involved in that, know what's coming with it.
Yo,
it's a lot more bad than good, man.
And you know what's so funny? That you say that, right? We always knew that. We just knew I get money in the street and I disappear. We knew we didn't call it a dirty game back then, but as we got older and the money and the bills in our life started changing, we began to take certain shit serious. I can't bring everybody to my crib. Niggas should not know where I live. You know what I'm saying? No, yo, when I break out from the block, I can't be telling niggas, yo, I'm out. You know what I'm saying? You hear me? Because you don't know who's listening. We become more paranoid. You know what I'm saying? You hear me? Because we don't want to get tied up or some craziness, man. Because the streets ain't got no loyalty. We done sat around conversations where, yo, niggas robbed my house the other day. And then you find out it was a nigga best friend who lined that up. You know what I'm saying? Yo,
It'd be the nigga that you talking to. It'd be the man that you talking to right there that you're telling them, yo, nigga just robbed my house. And he's sitting there telling you, word, we gonna find out who did it.
Who did it, son?
It was him.
It was him. So,
but that's the message. That's always the message to push to these people, man. Always, man.
Exactly.
Push that, man. Push that. Don't push none of that None of that glorification. None of that shit, man. Push that, man. This shit is ugly.
It's ugly, man.
Ugly and it's getting uglier.
Uglier. Yo, we always good. Listen, you know what's funny? We always. When I first moved to East Harlem, I lived on 117th Street, so it was more ghetto over there. Then I moved to 114th Street, it was still ghetto over there by Jefferson and Johnson. But when I moved downtown to Lex, the difference was a lot of people went to school downtown. So it was a different climax. So we had PS 198, we had Wagner Junior High School. So it was a different mix of kids going to school that was just cool with each other. You know what I'm saying? We had Isaacs when Isaacs was 80% white still. You know what I'm saying? And so it was a different flow. Like you said, when that money was coming in our neighborhood, it was crazy because we lived in the beginning of the flow. You know what I'm saying? The very beginning, like 96th Street, 95th, and all that. And we watched good dudes, man. We watched good dudes before us. That only they accomplished was having dirt bikes and good garments and some Gucci jackets before they either died, started smoking crack, smoking Woes, or caught $1 million years in jail. You know what I mean? We watched it, bro.
That's a fact.
We watched it as kids. Like, happy them niggas that's not throwing his name out there, those niggas is fresh to death. But them drugs fucked them niggas up. So we knew, whatever we do, we can't smoke crack. You know what I'm saying? You hear me? Can't fuck with you know what I'm saying? We watched what they did. But it wasn't educational because when the flow came in, and we didn't look at the game being dirty because like you said, we wake up in the morning, take a shower, brush our teeth, throw some garments on, I'm on the corner getting this money. Then shit started changing. The TNT busters, your friend might get killed. You kick the doors in. Guess who lined you up? Then you begin to feel like the streets don't love me. That's why you gotta find a trade, bro. You gotta find a trade. You gotta find something, some legal shit to do that you can fall back on. That's why you don't put yourself in a position where you get hit. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact, man. Listen, find something legal to do. That's exactly where I'm going to leave it at, Zeke, man.
Exactly, my guy.
I got to start running around right now.
That's some type of salute, man.
That I got to do.
Definitely
You
salute.
heard, but yo, it's always good talking to you. And like I said,
too, man.
just keep pushing that narrative, Zeke, man. Keep letting these people know. Find something legal to do, man.
Legal shit to do in the words of Crown Court TV. Definitely salute, brother.
All right, be good, man.
It's my guy Ed, man. That's my man. That's my guy Ed. You know what I'm saying? Yo, the game is definitely a dirty place, man. We just gotta be very mindful of it. You know what I'm saying? Hold on 1 second. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we gotta talk about this, man. Like I said, I'm not here to throw daggers. I'm just here to, we gotta have opinions. I'm not always right. You know what I'm saying? But we got this one guy promoting lobbies and pump faking online and saying who real, who ain't real, and then somebody pulls up. Then this was the young boys were doing. They playing online, saying what's real. And then we wonder why we see K-Flock and Sono Uno popping off at a concert where they should be uniting. But most likely these beefs stem from internet shit and a couple of situations that happen in the streets. Where our young rappers that's supposed to be trying to get out the projects are now putting themselves in situations to get 100 years. You know what I'm saying? Because just because you're the rapper doesn't mean your crew members who ain't making as much money ain't gonna be getting caught lacking or caught slipping or whatever how y'all call it. You know what I'm saying? On boom time and all that ill will, chill will, ill. You know what I'm saying? Whatever those magical words you'll use. The streets ain't got no love. The streets is dirty, man. You know what I'm saying? The streets is a dirty game. There's a lot of good people that we know died to these streets, got 100 years in the street. Thought they had this shit figured out. Went right back. There's nothing worse than doing 25 years. They're definitely shout out to young K-Flock. You know what I'm saying? There's a bunch of dudes, man. We got to get into their heads. What are we going to do here? Did we put ourselves in a position to win? To go to jail? Like, why the sense to become a rapper? That's my K-Flop. But a lot of these other dudes are rapping. Why you decide to become a rapper and then now you want to commit B and C felonies? Shout out to my man Willie Wise guy, the chop up in the building. Shout out to, Ohio. Follow him on IG, the Swerve, you know what I'm saying? He has a dope interview up with Crazy Bone, and that's dope because they all from like the same, that Midwest vibe. You get to hear the Midwest vibe. He play a lot of, and he also plays a lot of Midwest artists, which is dope that we don't really hear about, but they're big in their markets. So definitely salute the Willie Wise guy doing a great job over there at the chop up. You know what I'm saying? Like K Flock, you know what I'm saying? These dudes, man, these rappers and these they gotta understand, why did you come into the rap game for all this effort and energy? So now you want to catch B and C felonies because you think this was gonna keep you relevant. That's you know what I'm saying? It's gonna keep you relevant. So now you become a rapper and now you want to commit B and C felonies now. Now you want to get caught with a gun. You think that's, he's solid now because he caught a gun charge. He's real because he caught a gun charge. Nobody cares about that, man. You know what's so funny? Mo, and this is a salute to Mo. Zeke, some dudes already have heard me before they get on in the rap game, and you just can't just turn it off. You can't. You can't turn it off. These young boys really be having beef. They walk into the game. Now you got one side versus the other side, but they beef ain't like the beefs we had back in the days. Remember, back in our days, most of us had beefs of, we just fought each other. Might have stabbed somebody. Depends, unless you was in the Bronx or Brooklyn, where the dudes were actually getting shot. A couple of areas in Harlem and East Harlem, but definitely Brooklyn. Those are like real beefs. When I mean real beefs, real shit. You know what I'm saying? These young boys got dead homies already. You know what I'm saying? You got a young boy who's 17, he got 8 dead homies. You know what I'm saying? So now you get the record deal, and you're bringing exactly the same situation to the hip-hop industry. So the OGs that's around them, instead of trying to go, let's go viral, push yourself on harm's way, because all they care about is you getting a million views on your next video. Does it work? Bendito. It really doesn't work, man. I want to see all my people. When I say I want to see my people win, we got to start having people that got influence over people. There's always one smart one in the crew to really have these conversations, man. Now, somebody asked why Disco and because they have a situation that's private and sort of it's going out. But one thing I'm gonna say about Disco is, Rell trying to involve other people in the situation. That's why these guys are speaking out. And shout out to 050ChynaBrim for giving you some clarity on that. So dudes just aren't attacking Rell. You know what I'm saying? I respect what Disco's doing because he's like, yo, I want to go off on him, but I got respect for his kids and his family. Because I know them before I know him. Whatever he's thinking, whatever's in his head, whatever's in his head. But I know him. And also, be on point, Disco Balla is supposed to be having a YouTube channel up and rolling real soon. So pay attention to that. Disco's going to have a YouTube channel real soon, and y'all get to hear him speak his life. It's the life and times of Disco Balla. It's been a Disco Balla mixtape, Disco Balla Fall. You know what I'm saying? And that's just it, man. Sometimes you got to be real with somebody, man. When you're part of a gang in the 2000s, it's gangs and conspiracies. Gang and conspiracy, we can't get around it. It seems to be this is our conversation. You got other shit going on in the world we don't even think about. There's other shit going on in the world. Do you understand that China basically runs like at least 70 to 80% of Africa when it comes to business and getting money? China, they got a large percentage. I might be over-exaggerating, but they got the largest percentage of business in our motherland. Mo, what you said, Mo, Zeke, you can change your life, but that doesn't mean people have to respect or honor that. And they may still want some smoke and some past shit, or you related to Zeke. That's a fact. And that's why, Mo, what you just said right there is that's why you're supposed to move away. Because one thing about the most people that when you're war with somebody in the streets, they're not gonna leave the territories. You bump into, I know Brooklyn cats that have war in Brownsville, they see each other in Schenectady and be like, yo, what up, son? You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of the beefs that's be project shit. Out of town, then you got some dudes that still be on go, but like I said, you move away then. It's not hard to start all over again. It's just like, if you really want to change your life, man, then you got to make moves and sacrifices. It doesn't make you soft that you move away. It doesn't make you soft. It doesn't mean, oh, we ran him out the hood. Who cares? So just because somebody have the power to say they ran you out the hood, that's why you keep yourself on harm's way. That's that stinking thinking, man. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with this. Yo, you know what? I ain't got time for this shit. I'm changing my life over. And I'm just going to be different. All right. Whoever just said, yeah, no music. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to have my last caller. Avid, call up. No music in the background, though. Who this? Hold on. Hello?
Yeah.
All right, who's this? Who's speaking, good brother?
It's T from Brooklyn.
All right, how you doing, good brother?
Good, man. I love your platform, man. I love what you be talking about, man. Just wanted to say a few things, man.
Speak your mind,
like,
man.
everything you saying is, like, official. Guys got to move out the hood. You got to change your life. You got to be living for someone else.
Yo.
You got kids, your wife. You got to live for someone else. You can't be accessible in the hood 24/7. That's how most people be getting clipped all the time. Where he at? Oh, he right there.
Right there.
Oh, he on First Avenue. Oh, he on 2/5.
Yeah.
All right, that's where we gonna go. You know what I mean? You gotta live for somebody else, man. It's bigger than that, you know?
Yeah.
And I think that a lot of times, you know, we gotta also stop doing, even though we bringing light to like the jail and we bringing light to the street, at some point, we gotta stop even talking about that stuff.
Yeah, it's more than life.
Because we like manifested in the same stuff. And it, you know, the stories be cool and it be good because that's like our survival stories. Yeah. And it's like, look, I made it. You know? All right, you made it. Now let's talk about something else. Let's talk about how you changed your life, how you got the YouTube channel, how you bubbling, how you got 100 and something people watching at one time.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot of times I think the dudes just be sitting there that, yeah, man.
Yeah. Yo, it's real because it becomes a recycled conversation, and we're not talking about things that might be resourceful, like you know what I'm saying, like yes. it's so real because it's just like somebody said something the other day, like, yo, did you know that the Chinese own a lot of property in Africa? Like, they got a lot of business in Africa, and we sitting here going, we got all these rappers and nobody's really trying to invest. But I remember Akon was I guess he did it or he's doing it. And all that Akon has done and probably has done as negative in his life, right? Only time that he got some real light was when they said, oh, he would make music with a rap. You know what I mean? Like, that doesn't make sense. Forget that. Let's talk about everything else that he's doing that you can learn from. You know what I mean? That he took from hip hop. Like, again, Akon was lucky. You know, Akon wasn't, God blessed him. You want to know what God blessed him with? Lady Gaga. You know what I mean? And when he got Lady Gaga and he believed in her dream, look the heights in life where she took him at. It's like everybody else, man. Once you get that, what are you going to do with your money? You have to, you know what I'm saying? Because you don't want to, I'm going to tell you something. T, you don't want to be successful, but your kids is sitting in jail for 30 years listening to another man. You know what I mean? Because another man told him to put some work in, you know what I mean? When you know that you could have at least attempted to do something to keep them out these streets, you know what I'm saying? They get caught up sometimes, And that's the goal of this, man. Like I said, man, my man was about the Casanova thing. I'm like, but why was he still gang? And I understand what everybody's saying, but why? Because you want to be more real white than 6ix9ine? You know what I'm saying?
Which is, you know, and this is the crazy part. Like,
that's how I look at it.
When he first came out, it wasn't no red flags. It wasn't not a red t-shirt in his first video. It wasn't nothing.
Just
he
saw
what 6ix9ine did with it, and he said, all right, let me switch up, because he getting a lot of traction with it. Let me switch up, and let me do it like this. If he would have came to Rock Nation and Tata them and Jane them with Red and saying, this is what I'm promoting, they would have said, we good.
Yeah.
We good. That's what they would have said. Like, he was already in the door before he started the hardcore gangbang music stuff. Exactly.
So now you gotta be active.
He said it himself. Tata said, man, you fuck up, you out of here.
Yeah.
He told him that. Tata ain't no joke. He serious. We get into this bag. We ain't got time for the other stuff that everybody else is doing.
And that's why it's like, so now you want to be, you got now. So now you want communication. You're making visits. Now you're doing the show. You got them pulling up. So now instead of you being an active gang member, you're being active. But again, when you're an active gang member, in my eyes, nobody really fucks with you because you're not in tune. So you can't say, well, I dropped my flag. You hear me? You know what I'm saying? So what happens is now you have to put your personal self on harm's way. Behind the scenes, yo, make this call. Yo, tell son stop playing. Yo, tell son, yo, get that money from son. Yo, Cubby was popping. You know what I'm saying? And this is what happens. So now when you sitting up in the penitentiary, you got to go, why am I here for? Because if I wasn't an active gang member, I won't be sitting here.
You wouldn't have been sitting if you wasn't doing too much.
Definitely. Snoop and June, you know what I'm saying?
It all comes from doing too much, Z. It all comes from being a follower. These dudes are followers.
Followers, bro.
Followers. You could have went and seen your big homie and said, listen, so thank you, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to be coming up here no more. I'm going to holler at your wife, holler at your kids, and we're going to communicate through them. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm not doing this. And his big homie's supposed to be telling him, like, you know, when you right, stay away from me. You know what I mean? I got forever. Stay away from me.
I got forever.
You know what I mean?
Yo, bro, say, you know what?
Yo,
keep on. Now you right. Because what's outside? Yo, this outside news, this is internet shit. Because we didn't take pride. It was never cool for me to tell you that we had beef. Yo, tell a nigga I'm outside. Because when I said that, you came looking for me. You hear me?
That's a fact, man.
Yo, tell that nigga I'm on the block. When I sent word to your block that I was on the block, you coming. You hear me? Well, he outside, I'm gonna fuck that nigga up. That wasn't letting that y'all play around with him outside. And now listen, we're talking a generation when we was just fighting. Then the Brooklyn niggas upgraded to Andy with the baby axes and the orange. Oh shit, the Palm Niggas had the pokers, the Puerto Ricans had the pokers, and the jail knives, and the Dominican niggas that just jumped the shit out of you. You know what I'm saying? 80 niggas with purple socks, high waters, and Jerry curls. I ain't gonna front, in the 80s, the Dominicans look like Michael Jackson Beat It album cover, my nigga. Shout out to all my Dominicans though, you hear me? You know what I'm saying? But that's how they look. Now just imagine getting jumped by a bunch of Dominicans with Jerry curls looking like Michael Jackson, you hear me? Speaking of foreign language, but shout out to my Dominicans. Now, when you say, I'm outside, you might die, my nigga, you hear me? Niggas just shooting your block with 40 cows. I never had that type of beat, bro. Imagine me getting shot 30 times. You know what I'm saying?
No, because what they doing is, but like you said it earlier. What they doing is emulating these rappers and what these rappers are talking about, but not doing. So they jumping out the window for them. And they don't even know them.
Yo, I'm outside. I'm spinning the block.
50 shots and all this other stuff. And those dudes that's talking that won't dare do that.
They won't do
and
it.
If they are, if the feds think that they got any little bit of courage to do that, they snatch it up.
Yo, y'all do
like
this.
Like they did Pushash, and they did Rell. They snatching them. It's easy for the feds. That's easy money.
Mind you, and these young niggas, they give them the case. It's like, we got your cell phone with 1,000 texts. Y'all texting
Remember
crazy, huh?
Yeah, remember back in the day where you used to see an indictment, 6 months. 6 months, the feds don't even got to do 6 months for these dudes, bro.
It's like 2
They
weeks.
do
Boom.
exactly.
Got it. You know what I'm saying? Yo,
Easy.
that's it's
Easy.
so
Oh,
easy.
check his Instagram. Oh, check his man Instagram. Check his girl Instagram. Okay, there we go.
There we go.
Just type that up. Go snatch him.
Snatch
Go
him.
on.
You know what happens? He's sitting there watching the recordings. Yo,
Yeah.
he's sitting there watching the recordings. He's watching his DMs of everything he's talking about looking crazy. You hear me? He like this. Damn, this is all me. Why would I say to them? You be sitting there looking stupid like, did I really text that? I smoked the nigga last night and we and we popped bottles after we did this shit and I was a such and such. Oh, what? That's how they getting these niggas. It's not
Plug
even.
them real quick.
Huh?
They plug them real quick.
They plug
real
them.
quick. They don't need much. And that's why people say this person is snitching and this person is snitching. They don't even need to be a snitch now, man. Y'all all snitching on yourselves. You don't even need nobody. Y'all snitching in the videos. All they got to do is link you to your phone. Your phone was in that place where son got laid down.
You know what I'm saying?
Pull that
Towers.
over.
Yo,
You got 'em.
I'm gonna tell you something, right? My man had me laughing, but it was true. He said some educational shit. He goes, for all you fake smart drug dealer niggas, right? When fake drug dealers and killers, what send you to jail is that fucking cell phone, using it or not. You hear me? Because the GPS hits the towers. You hear me? So even if you wasn't on the phone at that point in time, the GPS was that nigga using that location. You hear me? You know what I'm saying? You hear me?
That's how they got Eric Hernandez.
Damn.
When they knocked son off,
Hmm?
him and the other two dudes drove him to that location.
Yeah.
That was the main evidence. They had his cell phone pinned in that same location where the body was.
Oh yeah.
Explain it, because he said he was in the house. And he was good because they didn't have the videotape, so his girl said he was good, but they had that cell phone pin off that tower in that same location. And that's how they got
That's
it.
it. Now from right. Eric Hernandez, rest in peace, he hung up, whatever. He just got a $30 million or $50 million deal from the New England Patriots. It's funny, my friend, I don't know if he played with him, but Dion Lewis, I remember when he was a kid, because his brother L.A., he's a good friend of mine. He's from Brooklyn, but he lives in Albany. Shout out to everybody in the 518, Uptown, Downtown, OGK, BGs, whatever they all call yourselves, and Old Speed. You know what I'm saying? So, check it. Did he not throw the cell phone away? Why the fuck would he break it up and throw it in the dirt? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that's what they found the cell phone, right? Or they found the gun. They found, it was one of those that they dug up, and instead of him just throwing the shit in the water, fuck you want to hold on to a cell phone or the gun. Like, why would you hold on to this shit? You know what I mean? That's what I mean. The criminal minds is crazy. Why would you hold on?
That's that doing too much, Z. When you blessed with an opportunity to do something better, the whole point is for you to do that.
Do that.
God bless you with that opportunity to do something better, you're supposed to do that. When you don't do that, he snatch you back. You know what I mean? He put you in your place. And some dude might get forever, or for one time, or for 2 times.
Yeah,
you know,
that's a fact.
but God might not give him that chance, give him that shot again. You know, so it's just that we gotta change the narrative, Z. You know,
got you, but me and my man, the God sincere, gotta do better, man. So that's why I had to come. I had a good conversation with Disco, and it clicked. Some things clicked sometime, and one thing that Disco said to me was, there's things that he want to say to Hell, but he knows the family. You know what I'm saying? And his respect for his girl's family, his girl, whatever, the ex, whatever, as in Hell kids, there's certain things that he's just not gonna put out there. You know what I'm saying? But Hell,
that's real.
And that's real because, you know, sometimes there's just some shit like, you know what, this internet shit is crazy. I got a beef with him, but in his head, he has a beef with me. But, you know, he's running to the internet, getting on dudes' nerves, inboxing dudes, doing all this craziness. But I'm not going to feed into that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to do that, Zeke. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to curse his ass out, but it has to be on him. And that's going to affect his family. Because, you know, When we be beefing with dudes online, we don't think about that part. You know what I mean? Dudes, kids
Absolutely.
seeing all this. You know what I'm saying? Well, my dad this and my dad that. And dudes gotta be very mindful of that. You know what I'm saying? And that all plays a part to find some legal shit to do. Because when you're occupied with love and finding some legal shit to do, you ain't gotta worry about being a real nigga. You know what I mean? All call outs being mandatory. Because you're not in that element. Because the streets is a dirty game, bro. You know what I mean? She's so lovely.
But we also gotta, Zeke, we also gotta redefine what's real. Right?
Exactly. It's redefined what's real.
Real is taking care of my family, taking care of my kids, taking care of my mother, my sisters. That's real to me. Like, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah, I ran the street back in the day, was doing whatever I was doing, but now that ain't real no more to me. Me losing my life for a bump or for he say, for 20 years.
Man, you crush your kids.
I can't explain. You can't explain that to your daughter. You get what? You shot him off for what?
Because I can show niggas because he was talking crazy in the store. I'm too well for that.
Come on, man. Imagine explaining something like that to your wife, to your kid. Like, you did what because of what? So that was more important than you seeing me become a woman? Or my son, me become a man? That was more important? Nah, I can't do it, man. I can't do it, man. It gotta be, unless somebody trying to hurt them, then it's different. Other than that, all this other sucker stuff, I'm not with it, man. I'm not with it. Word? Okay, cool. Yeah, all right, cool.
All right, you got it.
You got it.
You got it. It's okay.
You got it. Yeah, you let it sit, and then 2 months later, son got clipped.
He got clipped. That's what happens.
Son got forever.
Because
you think in your head, like, look, you know what I mean? It
Hell
happens
yeah.
all the time, Z.
Exactly.
You know it. You know what I mean? You know it, man. Look what you're doing. Look what you're doing. Look how many people came out, same time you came out, a year before, a year after, and that's back in there, or that's going, and we say R.I.P. to, you know?
push that.
Y'all had the same opportunities, right? You just got to create yours.
You gotta create. You gotta recreate yourself. That's the whole thing. Recreate yourself. A lot of dudes are scared to recreate themselves. Let me tell you something, right? I had a conversation with somebody the other day, and I said, you know what? Dame Dash, you're talking about Dame, he's responsible for being in business with people that became billionaires. Jay-Z, billionaires.
Absolutely.
Kanye West. Rihanna is close to a billionaire, right? She's in those elements, right? But he can't get his own self out of whatever situations he's in because he hasn't focused on himself. You know what I mean? And that's powerful words right there. When you begin to focus on yourself, he'll be past them in the billions. When you focus on, well, y'all got the billions and I help y'all get that F y'all all day, you're putting the energy in all the wrong places. You can recreate because you're scared to recreate yourself. You feel that I'm only relevant if I keep myself attached to them. No. Create your own new narrative. If you do that, you'll win. If you can help create them to be billionaires, you can do it again. Not throwing a shot at Dame, but I see most of it. We don't know why we're still here and we're as successful legally as we're doing and we're living our life because we wasn't scared to recreate ourselves. You hear me?
Absolutely.
There was a point in time that the only people that called me by my government name was correctional officers. You hear me? Ezekiel Matthews. In the yard, I was Zeke Black or Bloody Zeke, whatever you want to call it. You hear me? The average person, Zeke Black in the streets. But the only people that used to call me Ezekiel Matthews was COs. You hear me?
Yeah.
Other than my number. Mail call. Ezekiel Matthews, 95R3488, whatever how you call it. You know what I'm saying? What happens? Now that I'm legal, I take pride in being Ezekiel Matthews. You know what I'm saying? You hear me? I'm not on the count.
That's your name. That's
Whew.
what's going to last.
That's what's going to last.
That's what's going to last. The blood stuff, that's going to fade away. You don't want people knowing you for that.
Yeah.
You change. You don't want people, you get to a point where you want to forget all about that.
Exactly.
You want to forget all about that negative stuff. You want to be on that platform, that YouTube platform, and you want to be sending that message.
Hell yeah.
You feel me? Like,
and I don't got the big condos. I got the nice, you know what I'm saying? I don't got the flying helicopters. I'm just living life on my terms. And I'm realizing comfortable. And I could do the same thing I was doing if I was on the block, but legally. You know what I'm saying? You hear me?
Exactly.
And with no worries, I can sleep at night.
You've got to know. Facts, man. You You talking, yeah, facts, man. And that's what the youth gotta know.
Yeah.
You can do this and be legal. Ain't gotta worry about getting shot. Ain't gotta worry about getting forever.
Yeah.
And you can make the same amount of money with less stress.
Hell yeah. That's
The
true.
same amount of money, less stress, man.
That's a
Everybody
fact.
ain't gonna be a millionaire.
Everybody
ain't gonna
can
be a
be.
billionaire. Let's not sell that dream. You know, but you apply yourself, you can be good. You know? So, yo, thank you. I gotta get off this jack, man. I love talking to you, man.
Definitely. Salute, man. Salute. T, I'm gonna say shout out your block, shout out your peoples, man. Definitely salute, man. That was real, man.
Yeah, man. T, man. Sumner Projects, man. We
Sumner,
here, man.
man. Shout out to my man, the niggas from Sumner, man. Illa G and all of them, man. My man, what's his name? What's the young boy name? My man had the bikes and all that, man. What's his son's name? Otto. Shout out to Otto, man. You hear me?
Oh, Otto the homie. Yeah, Otto from the other side, man. Otto the homie, man.
Yeah, you see it,
son? Man, my hood, man. You know, Majesty, Little John.
Yeah, Otto, man.
That's the fan, man.
Yo, tell Otto I send my love. Tell him Zeke Black. He'll be laughing. Zeke Black, that's my man, though. Tell him I send his love. His brother had those motorcycles. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact, yeah.
Yeah.
Bro,
I was fucking with, that's good people from some of the projects. You see Otto, some of Zeke Black says it's unconditional. That's my guy. You know what I'm saying?
No problem, man. Definitely,
all right?
Man. Stay up, man.
Stay up, baby. Brooklyn love, you heard?
All right, one.
See, we gotta have these conversations, party people. That's just what it is, man. Shout out to some of the projects. Yo, this is dope, man. It's a dope dialogue. You know what I'm saying? Definitely appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? My Brooklyn low life shit, but I'm not a booster. You know what I'm saying? But don't push me. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the low lives. They definitely played a major part to our culture in New York City. They gave a lot of people self-esteem. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, a lot of garments that dudes was wearing, they was able to buy from the low lives. It just wasn't a quit. It was boosting to look fresh all day. They made that an economic thing, allegedly. They took a lot of money, and they changed the way boosting was in the 80s. They made that shit into a true blue hustle, and a lot of guys is fly because of that. And I like to salute 50 Cent for representing them in his show, the Caning 3. You know what I'm saying? He got the low lives in it. He got scenes with low lives, and he's selling polo jackets. He's showing the world what the low lives is about. You know what I'm saying? So definitely shout out to the double H's, you know, Brooklyn, Crown Heights, you know, Brownsville, Marcus Garvey Village, Flatbush, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, my man Sport Low and all of them, you heard? You know what I'm saying? And somebody from the low lives have reposted one of my videos. So that's why I got the low on today, just to represent and show them that unconditional love. And Uncle Nick, he run around with the low lives. Follow him on IG. Follow him on from the Lower East Side. On YouTube, Uncle Nick the Wolf. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the low lives. You know what I'm saying? So I do it for the culture, man. You know what I'm saying? I threw the low one for them, the bucket hat, and you know, on my Brooklyn shit, looking around all crazy, snatch a chain, dig a pocket. You know that go. You know what I'm saying? Snatch, you grab. You know what I'm saying? Grab them, dig. You know what I'm saying? You know, average Brooklyn shit, basic training. You know what I'm saying? It was a dope show, man. Like I said, man, find something legal to do. My man Eastside Ed Cole from Washington. That was a great caller. 050 ChynaBrim was able to give y'all some clarity on the situation with Disco, and Hell Rell. Even though Hell Rell has still got the record for the fastest man that ever went out the Waffle House or whatever he was at. Shout out to Hell Rell, though. You know what I'm saying? Get your money without your feelings, you heard? I gotta get ready to go to work, y'all. You know what time it is, you know what I'm saying? Definitely shout out to everybody in St. Louis, West Side St. Louis, Wifey, Southern Belle. Yo, I'm gonna tell you, we ate at an Indian spot yesterday. Hold on. At an Indian spot yesterday. Let me say it right. We ate at a East Indian spot yesterday. It was good food, man, in our neighborhood, man. We took it's a nice fall walk. If you'll check out my IG, Zeke Black Feet the Wolves. Follow me on Clubhouse, Zeke Black. I also follow some great channels on Clubhouse like Troll Nation. I also follow Dummy Boy on Clubhouse. Eastern District, I follow them on Clubhouse. You know, Gotti Gang is popping right now. Gotti Gang is losing their mind. Shout out to Gotti Gang, you know, Bullets Gotti, Ludovinsky. They got the who's who in there. They had the other day they had Wack in there. They had I think Unique make an audio in there somewhere. They got a bunch of people in tune there, somebody else on there. So definitely shout out to Gotti Gang, you know what I'm saying? I like what Gotti's doing with Hassan Campbell. You know, two different generations just working together. Sometimes it may seem hard, but they're just working together, man. In a peaceful manner to win. I gotta get ready to go to work. You know what I'm saying? I'm drinking good old grape juices, good for the stomach. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, man, I appreciate all those that pulled up. You know, average shatters in the building. At some point, man, we gotta have these little conversations, man. You know what I'm saying? We all growing up, man. You know, it's a new world now where people use the internet as a gun. And definitely shout out to Pink Sugar, man. She's doing a lot on Eastern District. She's in a lot of chats. Follow, don't say definitely Pink Sugar. Salute to her, man. They walking out in Clubhouse. You know what I'm saying? They had Sub-Zero, I think, in Eastern District yesterday. You know what I'm saying? So Mr. Sub-Zero, D. Freeze was in the building. Yeah, we in the building. Shout out to my man J.E. Moneybags. You heard? Boogie Down Paul Smitty Brim. AK Mafia, you know what I'm saying? All the good people here at Z Blackfeet, the Wolves, all y'all, the Wolves. Thank you for waking up this morning getting some of this gin and juice, you know what I'm saying? With that being said, I got to get ready to go to work. You know, my day starts, you know what I'm saying? I got to become the professional now. That being said, I appreciate y'all, and I got to change the title on us to put a new picture up. So, I appreciate y'all. And just, you know, stay sucker free, stay sucker duck free. Shout out to my man Shine Outlaw, you know what I'm saying? Let me shout out to the 518. Everybody watch me. Hit up my IG, Zeke Blackfeet the Wolves, you heard? Just hit up Zeke Blackfeet the Wolves on IG. You can DM me, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's a dirty game with dirty consequences, you know what I'm saying? Hell yeah, just said, find some legal to do. Shout out to Average Shatter, you know what I'm saying? Saturday, we're going to have a caller, and then we have some callers on Saturday. It'll be a dope show in the morning. Shout out to Willie Wise guy, get in tune. IG Zeke Black, Feed the Wolves. Definitely, she's a great mod, you know what I'm saying? She's definitely on her job. Yo, shout out to Light Skin Warrior, he was in the building today, man. Shout out to Light Skin Warrior, man. Peace to the gods, man. And anybody can hit my DM or follow me on IG, you know what I'm saying? On IG, I show my neighborhood, the OGs from my neighborhood. I got a lot of throwback pictures. Shout out to Little 100. He has one of them throwback pages. Always posts a lot of my old content, old throwback pictures. Shout out to Hassan Fawak, 52 or 22. Always showed, you know, follow them on IG. You know what I'm saying? These guys always supported me for like the last 2-3 years. Even that I send them no more. I don't send no more throwback pictures. They still hit like buttons on my joint, showing me love. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely, you know what I'm saying, follow them. You know what I'm saying? That being said, let me get ready to go to work, get my conditions, my conditions, my principles, my moral impact together, and find something legal to do in the words of Crown Court TV. Find something legal to do, you heard? He got his 100,000 followers too. Salute to that man. 100,000 followers. Hard work gets you hard. Don't see him get that 100,000 plaque, you heard? He got 100,000 followers. You know what I mean? Doing a great thing over there at Crown Court TV. Him and May Lane. You know what I'm saying? Definitely don't forget to follow my man and Team Smoke. Team Smoke. It's a good place to hang out. You know what I'm saying? That being said, I got to go. Shout out to Washington Projects, Lexington Projects. Shout out to my man Cover who came through. East Harlem, the whole El Barrio, Jeff Mobb, rest in peace Tone Lopez, rest in peace Superman. Shout out to my man Heck. Shout out to my man Big Head Mikey. Rest in peace Dave. You heard? 99 and Lex. You know what I'm saying? 100th Street. My favorite Puerto Rican Johnny Tappy was in the building. That being said, salute.